How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. All you ever hear me talk about is save, 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 and I never say spend, it seems. Some of these videos where I recommend to save a lot, people would often comment, oh, you only live once, so you should just spend more now. You never know when you're gonna get run over by a bus or something. In my Buy Nothing series of videos, people expect me to be like a monk or something where I own nothing at all. This is completely not the case. Just because I recommend to not buy anything in that particular video does not mean you should absolutely buy nothing and just kind of deprive yourself of everything there is in life, really. Most importantly, in those buy nothing videos, I still have these stuffed animals here. So people complain that, oh, you have these peas, you have this stuff, you don't need this stuff. Why did you buy this? The truth is, everybody can buy something, even the things that I named that you should not buy. Maybe there is a really good reason that you should buy after all. Everybody's different and everybody puts a different value on certain items. For these particular stuffed animals, I put a higher value on it. That's why they're here. I like them. So you can't really judge other people based on what they have. They might have like a really fancy car and I can't just say, oh, you really should not buy that. Maybe that's like their life goal or something. They really like this car. Just as a side comment here, most of these comments are saying something at the very first sentence. It's saying something is wrong with the video. Now, in the social sense, if you go about your daily lives and every single time there is something wrong and you always point it out to everybody, this is not going to reflect well because people don't like being pointed out to that something is wrong. And if this is the first thing you always say to a person and every single thing they do is always wrong, you just go, no, this is, you don't do it like that. Oh no, this is wrong. You should do it like this is better. Then, you're just going to repel everybody. Enough of this tangent. You really need a balance when you go try to save a lot of money. Sometimes if you try to push it really hard, you might be able to deprive yourself for maybe a few months or a year even. But at the end, you might have so much pent up need to go splurge on yourself because you haven't bought anything for yourself for such a long time. All at once, it might all come out and then all of a sudden you spent so much that you kind of negated all the effects of saving from the very beginning of the whole year. The trick to all this is you need to save a lot. However, you also need to set aside a certain amount so that it's kind of like a fun money fund where you buy certain things, peas, steaks, just random stuff where it does not make sense at all. And just something that you really like. You have a list of priorities of things that you like. It may not make sense. It may not make you money at all. You just kind of enjoy it. And then you just take this money and buy those kind of crazy things. So the question comes down to how much fun money you should actually allocate. Sometimes people talk about you should treat yourself every once in a while. But treating yourself, it's not specific enough, because treating yourself could be, oh, I'm going to treat myself to a laptop every single month. Then it becomes $2,000 every single month, and that is just way too much. You have to put a dollar amount on how much you treat yourself. So I would rather say a percentage of what you save. The amount you save is, of course, the amount of income you take in minus all your bare bones minimum expenses. So you subtract the two, you pay taxes and stuff, you end up with a certain amount that you're putting in your checking account. Let's say you make $50,000 and then you end up putting $10,000 in your checking account every single year. I'd say out of $10,000 that you save, you can spend maybe $1,000 to $2,000 on fun money. In other words, about 10 to 20%. However, I do not think this should scale up all that much. Let's say you double your income. Let's say you make $100,000 and then you save $50,000 in your savings account. Should you really spend 10 to 20% of that, which is $5,000 to $10,000 in just fun, crazy money? Well, if you do this, it would just mean that you inflated your lifestyle a lot. Instead, well, you can just spend $2,000 to $3,000 on fun money. In other words, you have not inflated your lifestyle all that much and you're still spending at a small level in order to, kind of satisfy yourself in splurging and kind of making you feel good. For me, I don't really keep track of how much fun money I spend, mainly because all that fun money I spend is at such a low level. I do not even have to worry about it because it's so low. In one year, I might have spent like $2,000 on just one single vacation because the airplane ticket is like $1,200 and then you have to pay hotel, all the eating out and all that stuff. So $2,000 altogether to go out of the country. A different year, I might have bought that tabletop CNC machine that you saw I have. That thing is about $3,500. Well, yeah, that's like basically, one full year worth of fun money spending. It's just kind of like a big splurge. But it's well within my budget, so I don't really worry about that. For example, I bought this crazy expensive NES Classic Edition along with one controller. This thing goes for about $200 street price. I picked this up through that ThinkGeek sale thing where they bundle it with a whole bunch of stuff, so I spent a little bit more than what I really wanted to, but then, you know, it's just something, a nostalgic thing, you know, I got it and it's fun for me. I only played it for an hour, but whatever. Now, these things that I'm listing is actually the past 2 months of spending that I've been doing. If you add it all up, it's not all that much. It comes out to be like $200-300 a month. This thing is a $10 external microphone for a GoPro. I wanted it. I've been staring at it for a couple of months, so you know, I finally got it because I had some $5 off coupon, so it was $15, turned out to be $10. I did go on a recent backpacking trip, so I did not have all this gear, and kind of having this gear was required in order for me to go. So I had to buy this $195 backpack. It could have been cheaper. I could have bought some used one or whatnot, but you know, I just want to buy a good one, I guess. And going on this trip, I had to buy a whole bunch of other stuff, including this 0 degree sleeping bag and also a sleeping pad. This thing was $72, and I think this sleeping pad was like 60 or something. And I even bought this ice axe for 80 bucks and this crampons for $25, mainly because I didn't want to rent. Buying all these is about the same price as renting, so I'm like, okay, well, let me just buy it instead. And lastly, a titanium spork over here. If I add it all up, it's about $600 worth of stuff. I normally don't even buy this much stuff. Normally, it might be just a few things, maybe a couple $100. The point here is no matter how much you save, and you really should save as much as you can, you still need to carve out a little bit for fun money so that you can buy just random crazy stuff that you need. You don't want to deprive yourself completely and just not live life now. I hope you enjoyed this way of saving and spending money, because the way that you do this can actually prevent you from spending a lot more down the line. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you have a sort of fun money pool just like the way I do it. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like this audiobook or this service, you can cancel it before the trial subscription ends. And you can still keep this audiobook for free, and you don't have to pay a thing in this whole ordeal. You can keep that book for free, and you can still help benefit this channel. There's a way to support this channel directly as well through my Patreon link over here, where I give various perks at various contribution levels. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel over here and click that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching.